Hey friends, it's your boy Daryl, and today we are finally doing a painting with Daryl episode number 2 after like so long. Because lately your boy's been pretty busy, or maybe he's just finding excuses. Probably. Anyways, my friends, I'm really happy and excited to start painting again. So I think the last time I painted is probably like a good 6 months ago or something. So that is actually pretty long ago, back on Painting with Daryl episode number 1. So I just want to give a quick disclaimer that I'm not a professional artist. I'm just painting casually, just for fun. This is probably like the second or third time that I've ever painted in my whole life. So please do not expect too much out of me, because your boy literally has like zero knowledge on like color theory, blending, mixing, or anything like that. So please do not expect anything out of Daryl. So first things first, let's quickly unwrap this little baby up. So the first thing that I like to do always is to stick some masking tape to create like a border kind of thing. Ta-da! So anyways, as always, I'll be following a reference video from one of my favorite YouTuber, Marco Chino. So if you guys are interested in a reference video, I'll leave the link of a video in the description box down below. So be sure to check it out if you guys are interested.
The sky, the trees, and the mountains. I've seen it.
So the first thing that I'll do is I'll be drawing some reference lines so that it's easier for me to paint later on. Man, my hands are like literally shaking because I'm just not confident in myself. But we will make it. Take a deep breath and let's go. I know it's pretty bad, but who cares? I do. Okay, so we are finally done with the reference line, which means we can finally start painting. Yay! So these are the paints that I'll be using today. Acrylic paint, of course, and we'll be just using 6 colors, and hopefully we'll be able to achieve what we want to achieve. Let's go, my friends. So let's squeeze out a little bit of blue, as we'll be using it to paint the sky, and some titanium white. So we're gonna mix a little bit of blue onto the white to get a really light blue kind of texture, and I'm just gonna add a little bit more white just to make it even lighter. So the goal here is to make the bottom as light as possible and the top part, you know, a little bit darker, so we kind of have more like a 3D kind of effect. So it's time to spice things up by giving it a little more color at the top. Still a little too dark, no! You know, your boy literally has to hold on to his canvas, because if I don't, the whole canvas will literally be like shaking. So yeah, A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. As you guys can see, I'm not really fluent in my brush strokes or brush strokes. Progress. So we're just gonna squeeze a little bit more of a white paint to kind of blend the sky, to make it a little more sky. So I'll just add some random white stroke of white just across the sky randomly. There we go. So beautiful. Indeed.
Darker. Well, the sky is drying.
So, what is the most important part of the sky? The clouds. So let's start adding some of this furry baby to brighten things up a little, because right now things are just looking so freaking dull. You know, your boy literally has like no idea what he's doing, but we're just gonna believe in ourselves and hopefully the results won't disappoint. So we are also gonna mix a little bit of blue into the white, just because white itself is just a little plain. I'm really sorry that I'm really quiet when I'm painting, because I literally freaking suck at multitasking, so please forgive me. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful, baby. So we'll leave the sky as it is right now and move on to adding the mountains. We'll be using green, black, and a little bit of blue from our palette. So first things first, let's squeeze a good amount of green. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. As well as a little bit of black. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And this is why you always have a paper towel with you when you're painting.
Black and blue color.
So right now we have our green, our black, and a little teeny bit of white, and of course some blue color over here. So we're gonna take a little bit of green, just put it down here. Get a little bit of black, just a tiny little bit, and just blend it a little bit with a little bit of white, and then some blue. And you guys can see we are getting a little bit of like dark muddy kind of color. So we'll start with So we'll start with a really dark shade over here, and we'll work our way through into getting a lighter shade. So it's basically like darker to lighter. So for this side over here, we want it to be a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna mix in a little bit of white to just give it a lighter shade.
So here, focus on making the area on the left.
We're finally done with the mountains. Although it doesn't look anything like a mountain, we'll put it on hold for now and move on to adding some grasses. So what we're gonna do here is to squeeze a little bit of yellow and then mix it up a little to get this nice shade of light green over here. We are gonna apply this all over the bottom area of this painting. You know, they always say that painting is really therapeutic. But for me, in my case, every single time when I paint, you know, I always tend to get like mixed feeling, like a little bit of anxiety and relaxation. So it's kind of like an anxious therapy. So for this part over here, we ain't gonna bother too much about the color detail and we're just gonna go for it. You know, just mash things up a little. So for now, we're just gonna leave the grass patch as it is, and then we'll switch up the brush, load some paint in it, and then start filling this whole area over here with some beautiful grasses. Let's go. So the sun is up and your boy is still dotting his way through, and so far the progress is pretty okay, I guess. So because this is literally like the second time I'm painting, your boy literally has like zero color mixing experience. So just take a look at this crazy different amount of shades of greens, man. So we finally washed our palette, and right now it is what you guys are waiting for, the main highlight of this painting. So right now I'm gonna add a few cherry blossoms across this whole area over here, and then maybe a cherry blossom tree over here. So we'll see how it goes. So for the cherry blossom, I'm gonna use a little bit of red, just a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. And some white, and a tiny dose of blue. Scoop it up a little, place it over here, get a little bit of red, just mix it a little. Just look at the beautiful pink that we have over here. And then just take a little bit of blue and just mix it in a little to get a little purplish kind of look. Man, feeling a little hungry right now. So right now, we're just gonna give the cherry blossom a little highlight. So we are going for a shade that is lighter than this pink over here. This is the current progress. So right now we're moving on to create a cherry blossom tree over here. So for the tree branches, we're just gonna use a little bit of black just to give it an outline. shade number 2. So my friends, we are almost done with the painting. I'll probably just touch it up a little bit and maybe add a little more detail. So I'll come back to you guys when it's done. BRB. Oh my gosh, my friends, I think I'm finally done. Oof. Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that? Oof. So this, my friends, is the final result. So I literally painted from 5 a.m. to like right now is 10 a.m. So your boy literally spent like 5 freaking hours just to paint this cherry blossom thing. And although I'm feeling really tired right now, I must say that I'm pretty satisfied with the results. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I can do like a whole lot better if I wanted to, but you know, your boy's just feeling so freaking tired right now. So I guess right now I'm just gonna untape the masking tape and see the official final results. Let's go, my friends. Ta-da! So I guess this is it. Painting with Daryl, episode number 2. Cherry blossom painting. I hope you guys enjoyed painting with Daryl episode number 2. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. See you all, my friends. So freaking hungry. Time to eat.